Hi, this is Vega here. This is literally day one, end of day one of the second build I've made. So this is a Bama Scion. I'm probably gonna hit level 90, so that tells you how fast this thing bloody farms. So far what I've discovered is the damage is really good, the mobility is good, but the one downside of it is I haven't really figured out the defenses. Then at the same time, I don't think Bama actually has decent or solid defenses, but I'm not sure. I'll have to keep testing. I think it's because I also spread out quite a fair bit on the tree because of how this, how the damage is being scaled here.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Can't find the Black Morrigan. Really annoying, but what to do? I'm still using the same Atlas tree as what I was doing previously for my Summon Raging Spirits Guardian. It is a little bit too difficult for the Scion, because it's technically a new character, but at the same time clearing it is okay. It's just making sure I don't get swarmed and get crapped on. This is just a T13 map, but even so you can tell the damage is pretty good. Let me just run through the scaling of this build and you'll be able to like figure things out. First and foremost, this is a Doomfletch build. So I'm using loads of Abyss Jewels to stack Flat Fizz. And then I'm using an Adorn. I have a pretty nice one, 149%. I'm using 149% Adorn to scale the physical damage. So in this case, you see the T1 row here, which is 26 to 36. On the tree itself, it's 64 to 89 physical damage. This is even more damage than a bloody quiver. That's the amount of fizz you're getting from each magic jewel. So I've only prioritized the flat at the moment. The idea would be flat plus attack speed or flat plus increased damage whenever mini skill is used. I've stacked a crap ton of these jewels. So I have 3 clusters, and then I've stacked also in the Scion area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 of it on the tree itself, and all of them are being ramped up by the Dawn. There are only like 3 jewel sockets, which I didn't make into Abyss jewels. One is the Militant Faith here. This is to get a crap ton of armor, because my defenses are pretty poor, and this is like the interim solution. I have to think of a long-term solution for this. I'm using a Natural Instinct here to also ramp up the Militant Faith. I have a Watcher's Eye here. This is for cooldown recovery rate of movement skills. This is like really cheap, but it's mostly there to make sure that your blink arrow is really low cooldown. So right now it's at 0.70 because I have Stampede as well. So 80% cooldown recovery. I have 30% ashes, so that's 60% recovery. Quality on gems is 20% recovery. So that's pretty significant amounts of recovery, as well as the mastery here. So I've gone for a mastery blink arrow and mirror arrow. Have a 100% increased cooldown recovery rate. So because of the cooldown recovery on my skills, I can pretty much just spam them across the map, and that allows me like insane mobility, despite having like pretty crappy movement speed because of the Stampede. On the bright side, I don't actually have to run a Quicksilver Flask. I can run something else. I haven't decided what I want to run to yet. Yeah. For now, let me just go here, add aura effect. Okay.
I have nothing more to give.
Okay, let's see if we can clear the rest of the map. Ooh, you see that shit? This build doesn't take damage well. I may need a place to slot in a molten shell or something, but I'm still not happy with the defenses. I feel like defenses are really poor. Ideally, I want to like 100k EHP minimum. Right now it's at 30, so that's pretty meh. And I don't have very good like recovery sources. On the bright side, damage is like pretty nice. Like if it's a boss, single target, pretty cool. And not an issue. If it's a map with like a lot of modifiers, I don't think this can even do simulacrum. As you can tell, I have a load of summons. You see, at some point my mirror arrows went up to like 30. You can go up to 50 on a single target, and I'll explain how I do that. Oh wait. That was a lot of effort for nothing. Alright, let's talk about the build. Go back to hideout. I'll show you some of the mechanics of the build. I've read quite a bit, or as much as I could, from other content creators to figure out this mechanic of this blink arrow, mirror arrow. So it pretty much functions as a... Let me just sell this first. Where's this? Oof. Need all the currency I can get for this new build. Culling strike and 4%, okay. Does he expect me to go to him or what? Okay. Lag, I guess. Okay.
I have nothing more to give.
So let me briefly run through the build. I don't think this build will scale to the point where it's similar to the Summon Raging Spirits, Popcorn Summon Raging Spirits that I played earlier. So I think that's a bit unfortunate, but still this is a pretty promising build. I think it will have pretty good mobility and good clear speed, and pretty decent single target. I just don't like the defenses, and that's pretty much it. Let me just show you like how the skill setup so it makes sense to you. Helmet, same thing, as same way of scaling damage as the Summon Raging Spirits, using a pseudo 8-link helm. Down here is concentrated effect, minion damage, hypothermia, and 30% more elemental. This is the blink arrow bombarding clone, so the rain of arrows blink arrow clones. This is also for my mobility, so this is how I get across the map, along with flame dash. So links are the blink arrow, elemental damage, attacks, vicious projectiles, fresh meat, concentrated effect, minion damage, hypothermia, 30% more elemental. So yeah, this is pretty much this one over here is pretty much a 8-link helm. And then there's a 6-link in the bow. So the 6-link in the bow is elemental damage with attacks, ballista totem, hypothermia, vicious projectiles, minion damage, and mirror arrow. So mirror arrow without bombardment has a limit of no limit basically. You can summon as many as you can, given the cooldown and given your cast speed or your attack speed. So how do I get 30 plus or 40 plus minions? The answer is simple. I'm using totems. So totems have their own independent cooldown per totem that is separate from yours. So they can, they will have their own set of cooldowns. So if the cooldown is 0.63, it means that every 0.63 seconds, Ballista Totem is going to cast on or attack one mirror arrow and then create a clone. And that is pretty much the reason why I'm scaling. I have so many clones up, is because if you give Ballista Totem enough time to attack, it will stack up a crap ton of clones, depending on the number of max totems I have. So what is my max totem count? My max totem count is actually, I think, 6. Let me just show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, max totem count is 6. So that means if I have all the totems up, which I will have on bosses, all of them will be attacking and independently spawning 6 times the amount of clones. Yeah, pretty much. And you can, I mean, the highest I've seen it to was like 50 something, but pretty sure you can go higher than that. This is pretty much the entirety of my single target damage, because the insane number of clones you generate means that you're gonna do a lot of damage on a single target basis, whereas blink, arrow, or bombarding is for area AOE and clear.
I have nothing more to give.
So yeah.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
And it has like AOE, auto clear, or auto aim because of rain arrows, and it still does pretty decent amount of damage because it is a link. All right, let's cover why it's low cooldown. So this is 0.63 and this one is 0.70. How am I getting it to such low cooldowns? And the answer is yeah, so Ashes Stars is 30% quality, which is a 60% increase in cooldown recovery. So it's a base, so all of them, a base is 40 for 20% quality. So this is 100% with Ashes. Same for this one. What is it? 100% with Ashes, or 150% with Ashes for Mirror Arrow. And then I have this. So Stampede is giving me 80% cooldown recovery rate of travel skills, and both of them are travel skills. 100% from the Bow Mastery, and then close to 50% from the Watcher's Eye. So with all this, cooldown is very low. It's pretty spammable. You can pretty much use this to go across the map. So the things to solve when you have a setup like this is how do you solve for mana cost? That's 1. How do you solve for tankiness? And that's 2. I've been able to solve for mana cost just fine, but tankiness is still a problem. I have to figure that out maybe like within the week. I'm gonna take a break because I stayed up too late trying to figure this build out. But in this case, what I'm doing to figure out to solve the problem of mana cost is that I've gone Pathfinder here. So 3 charges every 3 seconds. I have a pretty good uptime on Replica Sorrow of the Divine. Replica Sorrow of the Divine gives me Eldritch Battery, which means I don't have to path all the way here for EB. Secondly as well is that it also gives the ability to recover ES with Life Flask. So I have an instant Life Flask here. So this is 1k Life Flask. This pretty much sets my ES to full because my ES is 700. So when I tap this, it goes to full. Which means that I will always have this on hand, and because the Pathfinder Flask is topping this up, I can just spam this for mana whenever I need to. So Pathfinder solves that mana problem for me on the spot. Okay, the other thing as well is how do I then build for damage? Since I've gone for totem count, how am I getting all my totems? So 2 totem count is from this, so 2 additional totem count is from this. Your base totem count is 1, so this is plus 2, so that's 3. How am I getting the other 3 more to give it 6? 1 is I'm doing it through the Ascendancy here, so I'm doing it through Hierophant. Hierophant gives me 1 more maximum number of summon totems. Maximum mana as well as damage taken from mana is okay because I'm using this to scale power purpose, so they give me armor, right? The Arcane Surge unfortunately doesn't really do too much at the moment because I don't really have things that hit. But yeah, I mean I don't benefit from it too much anyway, so it's not really that big of a concern. Alright, Where else am I getting totem count? I'm getting totem count from this. Ancestral Bond, you can't deal damage with skills yourself. +1 to the maximum number of summon totems. Do you know why this is good? It's good because you don't have to worry about Reflect anymore. Reflect is no longer an issue for me because I'm not dealing any damage. I'm only doing damage through totem. So Ancestral Bond is here. The other is I'm anointing Watchtowers. So Watchtowers is on the anointment on the amulet. This gives me an additional 1 more ballista count. So with that, I have a total of 6 ballistas. That gives me very good single target damage because all 6 ballistas will be summoning clones. All of the clones is being summoned is going to start hitting the boss for whatever absurd amount of damage it currently does. Okay, let's talk about like the individual scaling on the bow itself. So this is something I always wanted to try. I wanted to do flat fizz scaling on a weapon like a Void Forge or a Doomfletch. For a Void Forge build, you have only 2 options: Animate Weapon of Reflection or Chains of Command. This league is not too particularly good for Chains of Command, even though Chains of Command is still very strong. It's because you can't run Spectres with Chains of Command, and the Spectres are like what are the things you want to use to scale your damage in this current league. So I decided on Doomfletch, and the only way to like do Doomfletch minions is actually Blink Arrow, Mirror Arrow. So I worked that way. I worked kind of backwards on that. So with all the flat fizz scaling here, which is pretty absurd, like each of this is almost 70 flat scale fizz. Right, so 70 flat fizz times about, what was it, 10 different sockets, was it? So that's 700 flat fizz on average. There are some, like I have some as well here, but they're not multiplied by that much. You can count this as like 1, 2, 3. You can count it as like 1 socket here, so 11. So you have 11 times 70, average is 770 flat fizz. So what is that 770 flat fizz doing? It's being multiplied here. So gain 100% of weapon physical damage is extra damage of each element. So that is a 300% more damage, right? That scales off your flat fizz. So if my flat fizz is 700, I'm getting 300% of that as extra. So I'm getting, this is literally close to a 3000 PDP, 3000 LED DPS weapon. That's how absurd it is, right? So that's why you can see the damage I'm doing right now is very significant. It's strong enough. I would like to retain it while building defenses, but if I can't, it's perfectly fine. I'll have to figure out how to cut damage and then focus on defenses and somehow scale both. All right. Okay, so for points allocations, you pass through here for resistances. You go up here for sockets, here for duration. I have some suppression nodes here, but I really need to focus on getting it maxed out. I don't have it maxed out at the moment. Reservations here are for all 3 of your auras: haste, determination, and grace. You're pathing out here for life nodes, easy life nodes, down here for the bow mastery, and then down here for flask. So this is the thing that helps me to keep pretty decent uptime on Replica Sword of the Divine, these flask nodes here. So path out here, get the sockets, which gives you additional 2 more sockets, and a 5 cluster. So renewal, feasting fiends, and call to the slaughter. All the 3 clusters are exactly the same. They're all the same notables. You path up here, you go for power purpose with the militant faith. You want one with minion attack speed and effect of non-curse auras. Path down here for life, here for the extra socket. Path up here, you get the cluster as well, more flat jewels. Path down here, ancestral bond, life, life mastery, reservation, and reservation mastery. Down here for minion damage and attack speed. Here for socket, here for life, and then finally here for your last cluster jewel. Ideally I want to get like close to 4.5 to 5k life and 100% suppression. I don't know how much damage I have to sacrifice, but I'll have to take a look at it and like compute it out in POP. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. This is end of day 1 and I'm level 90. I'm probably gonna take a break, and day 2 maybe like maybe day 2 will be a bit more relaxed. Like I don't push this too hard because I'm really tired. Alright, see you guys. Bye. I'm out.